Nails, hair, hips, heels, ass, fat, lips, real, purse, full, big bills, bitch, I'm a big deal. Legs, face, eyes, thin waist, thick thighs. You, me, you wish. New phone, who this?
Hey bitches, it's Holland. What's good? So, I've decided, especially with everyone having so many comebacks in the last few months, that it'd be better if I posted comeback reviews monthly instead, so that it gives me a long time for me to be able to listen the music and see if it possibly grows on me or not. I also plan on doing this with drama videos as well. So, without further ado, here are my comeback and debut reviews from mid-October to November of 2019. Lindsay's debut really impressed me. I loved the song on first listen, and I loved how simplistic the music video was and how it let her show off her amazing skills as a singer. The only con with this comeback was that Planetarium Records only gave her a single rather than an EP or mini album, so after I listened to It's Alright, I immediately desired for more. I also can't wait to see her collab with other artists in Planetarium Records, especially Young Jinwoo, Gaho, Villain, or June. For WayV, I was extremely pleased by their comeback with Moonwalk. I know I said that I'm not really a fan of NCT's music, but WayV is seriously challenging that judgment and I'm considering whether I should stan. Like Lindsay's It's Alright, I loved it on first listen. SM finally did something right for once and gave their Chinese unit's music video a good budget as well as giving Win-Win more lines. The styling for this era was very good as well and fit the concept of the song. My favorite B-sides on the mini-album are Love Talk, King of Hearts, and Yeah Yeah Yeah. For Super, I didn't like Jopping because it reminds me of a lot of NCT's sort of chanting, hip-hop-based music. Plus, the fact that the majority of the song was in English turned me off as well, but it makes sense since Superm is targeting towards a Western audience. However, all the side tracks to me were so good, with my favorites being Supercar and Too Fast. For the styling, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I feel like SM tends to style their boy groups extremely similarly, and before EXO's Obsession it was getting a bit boring to me. The choreography to me felt very underwhelming. It fits the song, yes, but I feel like since they were going for that dark mixed with boy crush concept with the song and music video, they should have made the choreography a bit more challenging. At first, I didn't like Love Me because I personally think that new_E.S.T has sort of outgrown the cute or fun concept, and I think concepts like Help Me, Overcome, and Where You At fit them the best. As for the song itself, I didn't like it at first listen, but it eventually grew on me and I can now listen without immediately wanting to skip it on my playlist. The choreography was simple and aesthetically pleasing, and I think it fits the song perfectly and I wouldn't change anything about it. The B-sides were a bit of a letdown, which tends to happen for me with new_E.S.T albums, with the only B-side I liked being Call Me Back. I severely am not a fan of Runaway, and I liked it even less than I did Crown. The verses are bearable to me, but when that chorus hits, I cringe every time. The concept, styling, and choreography were all on point, but the song was not it. When I first listened to this album, I was immediately frustrated with Big Hit because I basically loved every single B-side on the album, so in my head I was like, out of all the tracks they could have chosen for the title track, it was Runaway, and it still gets me frustrated to this day. Anyways, my favorite tracks are Popping Star, Can't We Just Leave the Monster Alive, Magic Island, 20 Centimeters, and Angel or Devil. I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but I didn't really like Google Beat It much. Like the first couple of days, I would stream this track all the time, but after a week it had aged so fast that it started to smell all, so when I listened to Hip it was such a refresher. When I first listened to it, I was slightly confused by its unconventional structure and beat, but after getting used to its sound I really love it, and I can already tell this track will age slower than Fine Wine and Jennifer Lopez. I also feel like the choreography was a major step up for Mamamoo, and they even had a dance break. This is nice to see because Mamamoo is usually given very simplistic chorus so that their vocals always slap on stage, but to see them do a more challenging choreography shows how much they've progressed as idols. Sadly, the only thing I didn't really like about this comeback were the B-sides, which tends to happen to me with most Mamamoo albums, so I wasn't really that surprised. I don't know if it's because I was spoiled earlier this year, but Blue Flame didn't give me that instant all that All Night did. However, after my third listen I now love this song a lot. When it comes to the music video and concept, I don't really like it as much as All Night because that music video is literally a whole masterpiece and gave me an instant orgasm. The choreography did fit the song, but to me it wasn't as captivating or sharp as All Night was and just felt like a typical K-pop boy group choreography. My favorite B-side is Go and Stop. Okay, so now here's what you guys clicked for, my opinion of EXO's comeback with Obsession. I personally loved the styling of the outfits, makeup, and hair, the dark yet colorful color grading, and the supernatural concept of the music video. When it comes to the song itself, it took me a while for me to get used to it, but it has grown on me a bit more and I don't have a problem with listening to it. By the way, the textures and layers of the song are very interesting to listen to. The B-sides on the other hand, they were not it. To me, the tracks felt very repetitive and had little to no diversity compared to their previous albums, such as Love War and Don't Mess Up My Tempo. The reason why it felt very repetitive to me was that they all had the same slow R&B sound to it with some rap from Chan Yeol and Sun and falsettos from Chen, Hyun, and Soho. My theory to this reason is probably because SM Entertainment was so focused on Superm's and Wavy's debuts this year to care too much about giving EXO a properly diverse album with each of the B-sides sounding distinct from one another. So, because SM saw that EXO-Ls weren't having the fact that EXO hasn't had a comeback for almost a year, they decided to lazily slap some tracks together that sounded only slightly different from one another. But this is only my opinion. Yes, I know that line technically wasn't an official comeback, but I decided to throw it in here because Cube went out their way to make it a digital single and make a whole music video for it. I loved the music video very much and I was surprised Cube put in this much effort for a non-comeback song. My favorite scenes in the music video are both Minnie's and Soojin's. The styling for this era was on point. I especially liked Minnie's long black wig with the green extensions, the Renaissance outfits in the second chorus, the backup dancer's makeup, and the golden claw nails. The only thing I didn't like about this song was the extremely easy choreography, and I feel like a more intense choreography would suit this song better, and that the only way to pull off the dance is by having an extreme amount of stage presence. When it comes to the song itself, I absolutely love it. 10 out of 10. It showcases Minnie's abilities as a vocalist when she belts right before the second chorus, and Soyeon showcases her abilities as a rapper using delivery during the bridge. Plus, the rhythm of the beat and the vocals of the chorus is very addictive. I can't lie. At first, I didn't like the song as much. The chorus was very aggressive for me, and the tonality of some of the members' verses sounded a bit off to me. However, it eventually grew on me as I kept listening to the song more and more. The styling and the sets of this music video were impeccable. My favorites were by Lee Young-kun's with his blonde hair slightly parted at the side and gray-green contacts, as well as Chan's mesmerizing icy blue contacts that served me Chan Yeol tempo vibes. My favorite B-side is Slow Dive. To me, this comeback felt very average compared to Love Loop and Eclipse. I liked the song except for the chorus because, as I've stated before, I'm not really a fan of when the pre-chorus builds up so well only for the chorus to have an underwhelming beat. The styling for this era matched the sexy and seductive concept they were going for with this era, and the music video was shot in very dramatic and cinematic lighting. My favorite B-sides were Pray, Now or Never, and Thursday. The last review we have is Monsta X's Follow. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the music video since it is my favorite part of this comeback. I really love the lighting and the color grading of the music video. It reminded me a lot of EXO's Obsession music video, in which the lighting itself is very dark and dull yet is still very colorful and saturated. It also had this flawless glossy finish over it similar to that of Everglow's Bon Bon Chocolate or Twice's Feel Special. The outfits also fit this saturation, with my favorites being the ones in the chorus. At first that Fall La La Low part in chorus felt very messy and aggressive, but I now don't have a problem with it, and now I actually find it to be very catchy. The only parts of the song I'm not really a fan of are the raps because I feel like I.M and Juyeon's verses rely almost completely on delivery rather than rap technique, unlike their verses in Shootout or Dramarama. My favorite B-sides from the album are You Are, find you, mirror, and see you again. Okay, these are all the reviews of K-pop October and November 2019 comebacks from the groups and soloists I stan. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram with the link in the description. And remember to stay snatched.